ain't got no problem with him either. You know, I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, you know, and how he was acting.
He's definitely scared of me. You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money.
Given the history of the sport, I didn't see nobody that can compete with Terence Crawford. And
older, he got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
You know what I mean? These guys, I don't think know what they do anything. It's mostly talk.
Super middleweight champion of all time, David Benavidez.
This dude dude can punch.
Where the hell do you go from here?
Terence "Buds" Crawford has achieved the unthinkable, delivering one of the most remarkable accomplishments in today's boxing era.
Congratulations, man. You did it. I'm so proud of you. You used all my tricks to beat Canelo, just like I showed you. You went in there and you got it done. Unbelievable, bro. All jokes aside, GOAT, man. Congratulations, champ. So well deserved. Salute.
As the world celebrated him as one of the sport's all-time greats, a towering new challenge was introduced, sparking heavy drama and an unexpectedly intense reaction from Crawford himself.
What do you see for yourself after this fight? How long do you want to be in the sport? How long do you want to be actively fighting?
I don't know. You know,
it's not something you think about. You're just going fight by fight.
I always take one fight at a time. You know, one fight at a time. I feel great. I'm healthy, and like I said, I'm looking forward to having some fun.
A major force in boxing is advocating for a showdown that many consider far too risky, even for a legend like Crawford.
I'm sick of seeing fighters getting the easiest fights just because they're getting the biggest paychecks. Like it don't. At the end of the day, it's not even about money. It's about giving the fans of boxing the fights that they deserve. They're paying the money at the end of the day, so fuck, let's go to war. Let's do what these people want to see us do, and let's go to war and may the best man win. I wasn't going to go down to 168, but now...
The real question is, why is this fight being promoted, and what does it expose about the unseen powers shaping the sport? Crawford's bold move up to 168 pounds turned out to be a gamble that paid off brilliantly. Facing Canelo Alvarez in a showdown so monumental that commentator John Arnique described it as the biggest live sporting event he had ever covered, Crawford delivered a true masterclass.
I mean, if legacy is something for him, he's got to win one of those two fights, don't you think?
Yeah, I think in order to prove that he's one of the greatest men, I think that we would have to beat one of those guys. You know, and the only person that he hasn't fought is Benavidez, and I don't know. Bud said he wouldn't fight him, but I don't think that's true. I think that if that fight happens, I think Bud would also entertain that, and if he does entertain it. It seemed like the way that he beat Canelo he'd be able to beat him again.
The world witnessed Bud take apart a living legend, earning a unanimous decision win. But the story wasn't just that he won, it was the manner in which he did it. Sharp-eyed analysts pointed out that Canelo's approach had grown predictable, depending heavily on single, powerful punches. Crawford, ever the master strategist, capitalized on this weakness with precise timing and smart counters.
He older, he got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
And B-side, when you asked me, you said, how would you beat him, Lonnie B? What'd I tell you?
The same thing. You'll keep the jab on him, keep sticking the jab, moving and touching him with the right hand, and just turning him on angles.
And throwing punches. That's how I just throw punches at it.
Yeah.
And I said level to the body because that's open for him all night.
You said he ain't got the movement no more. You said he ain't.
On top of that, former UFC champion Kamaru Usman noted that the ruthless version of Canelo was missing, hinting that the Mexican superstar may have lost the mental edge that once struck fear in opponents. With this dominant performance, Crawford became the first male boxer in history to claim undisputed titles in 3 separate weight divisions, securing his place among the sport's all-time legends.
I want to thank all my fans here that support me. I want to thank. This is bigger than the norm, you know, because I want to thank my urban community. I want to thank my Latin community. I want to thank my white community, and I want to thank my Asian community, my African community. I want to thank everybody because today you see us all as one, you know, and a lot of people always say, how you get the Mexicans to side with you? I said, they my people too. I said, so it don't matter if I'm fighting Canelo. Some of the urban community is going for Canelo.
Yet, right as the celebrations were underway, an unexpected voice disrupted the moment. That voice was Turki Alalshikh, a hugely influential power broker behind some of boxing's biggest fights. Backed by enormous financial muscle, his words aren't mere suggestions, they're decisions capable of reshaping the entire sport.
Do you want to see a rematch?
No. He's not beaten Crawford, Canelo.
Okay.
I think he can he improve? Maybe.
Okay, so wait. If he's not beating Crawford, which is fair, right? I agree. Based on what we saw, I do think he can make improvements, but who knows? Is there someone else better out there than that you'd rather see Crawford fight than Canelo?
Well, Turkey did ask, could Bivol get down to 168?
I asked. Turkey said, can Benavidez?
I thought he said Bivol.
No,
as well.
I said Bivol.
Oh.
Turkey said Benavidez.
Well, certainly not. Certainly not Benavidez. I don't think he's beaten Benavidez. I think that's a bridge way too far. I think a lot of things too far. But could you just imagine if Bivol could, the skill we'd see in that fight?
Yeah.
The rounds between Canelo and Crawford went by like that. They'd be the same against those two. That'd be epic.
Soon after Crawford's triumph, Turkey hinted at what he considered the natural next step for the new ruler of the 168-pound division, a clash with David Benavidez.
Hear me out here, Kamaru. Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. Dude. The reason why he was up because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence, do what you do, bro.
The proposal instantly drew attention across the boxing world. This wasn't a casual idea, it sparked a firestorm, particularly from Crawford himself.
Would you ever entertain a fight with David Benavidez?
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know?
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. Brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah,
you just size him up. Especially when you're going into a bigger weight class like that, you size him up and you see your advantages.
Crawford wasted no time making his stance clear. He flatly dismissed the idea of facing the Mexican powerhouse, insisting that Benavidez is simply too big. He explained that the Canelo matchup was different, since despite fighting in separate divisions, the two are at least similar in size. Crawford illustrated the point further, noting that Benavidez stands over 6 feet tall and would likely rehydrate to around 190 to 200 pounds by fight night.
Canelo hasn't fought David Benavidez yet, and a lot of people looked at him having to move from the super middleweight to the light heavyweight division to get some of the matches that he wants. But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
right now, he's at 175. Yeah,
he probably can't even make 168 no more. When you look at these fights, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, say, all right, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off. And I told him that a long time. I told him that when, before I fought his brother. I said, man, dude, you can fight, dude. You're going to do big things. But the dude going to come in at like 200, 210. You know what I mean? I get why Canelo, was like, I don't need to fight this dude because, one, he can take a punch. He's going to come in there and going to just lay on you and bulldoze you, you know.
Right.
And Canelo just didn't want that, you know what I mean, work. But me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I could beat anybody.
His position was so unwavering that he delivered a stunning remark: "If I take on Benavidez, I might as well move up to heavyweight."
The way Crawford is, Crawford's very he has a big ego, especially when it comes to anything he does, bro. He has a big ego. And I said this yesterday. I won't be surprised if he dominates Canelo and then they offer him Benavidez and he says okay.
This wasn't merely a fighter refusing a challenge, it was a smart champion setting clear boundaries. And it isn't only Crawford's perspective, as many experts agree that the physical gap makes this matchup unrealistic.
But at the same time, I mean, Benavidez is also the one guy that nobody's willing to fight. And if nobody's willing to fight him, that makes his value go up. And so the thing is that if you get the right guy that is willing to pay for that, and I mean that the Sheik, I mean, I don't see him saying that, okay, well, we can't afford to fight this guy. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that fight can happen if it's a fight that I think Bud won't entertain.
And what if you're Canelo? I think the one thing you could possibly want is that rematch to get a little bit of that legacy back.
Remember when Floyd said, I think he should fight, Terence Crawford want to be great, he should fight David Benavidez. Remember Floyd saying that? Why I think Crawford didn't pay that no mind?
What?
That's right. You know why? He like, listen, man. Nah, I'm gonna be strategic about this. And it is business-wise, it's smart. Terence Crawford is on the Mount Rushmore of boxing, but we got weight classes for a reason. He caught Canelo at the right time, like Canelo done, guys. And I'm not saying that his win is not valid. It's very valid, and that's what he was supposed to do. And he outboxed Canelo, and I can't take nothing away from his win. But was that the same Canelo that Floyd fought? Was that the same Canelo that Amir Khan fought? You know, so Terence Crawford gonna be strategic at this weight. He ain't just gonna come in here and I bet you he don't fight at this weight again. I bet you he don't fight nobody else at 68.
David Benavidez is essentially a natural light heavyweight, already holding a championship at 175 pounds.
He's definitely scared of me. You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? So he sees a lot of things in me that he can't stop. You know, not only does he see speed, does he see power, but he sees a lot of heart in me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm going in there and I want to prove myself to the world that I'm the greatest fighter. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't scare me to get in there with another great fighter because I know that elevates me and who I am as a competitor.
Crawford, by contrast, is a natural welterweight who carved out his legacy at 147 pounds.
I ain't gonna lie, they gonna say that's why I gotta let y'all know, cause they gonna say I'm glazing, but I'm telling the truth.
Dig it.
This dude power for me, and I've been saying this for years, it carries through the weight class. Okay. So I can see him in the ring with a 175 or a cruiserweight, and if he touched them, I don't care who you are, you're gonna feel that shit, bro. I don't care who the fuck it is. I done seen him in the ring with a heavyweight.
And you fight Benavidez?
I like Benavidez, so I ain't gonna disrespect him.
I said, no, I just want to see him fight.
I'm gonna say my opinion.
I just want to see him fight. That's
my opinion.
Absolutely.
At 168, if Benavidez come down there, I don't think he beats Bud.
Okay, I dig.
That's my opinion. People want to say I'm crazy, but
the skill is. I mean, the skill is.
No, the skill is there. No,
it's just usually because someone's a little bit bigger, right?
Yes, and they think like, okay, you got to be able to take certain punishment that the other guy's putting on you. But I watched Bud when he fought Canelo, and then I watched Benavidez when he fought Caleb Plant. And when I seen it was like Caleb Plant was outboxing him. So if Caleb Plant didn't gas out, Caleb Plant might have beat him that night. But Bud, he don't tire.
You're not gonna gas
he
out.
Come in tremendous condition. And for me, I just think Bud is a legend. So they might say I'm crazy, but people might say they're not gonna make that fight happen, but I don't think it's far-fetched.
Like that's the
how much
big
got to lose?
He been fighting that one. He's fighting him at 68, I think. He can get the.
Yeah, 68 would be
He a big dude.
ideal because he came from 68.
He a big dude.
Oh, he came from. Oh, so he went up. Now he has to come back down.
Yeah, he would have to come back down.
That'd be a
difference too.
that's a fight. Like that's a
Yeah, because
fight.
Benavidez the truth too.
Hey,
he the truth.
Punches and bunches with bad intentions.
Yes, he the truth.
Hey, remember? Hey, go watch it. Go look. Hey, dog.
He the truth. He a killer.
Yeah, he is our resident fight. A whole killer.
Yeah, he watching. He knows.
He's the man we go to.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia didn't mince words, issuing a warning.
There's no way. Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. But it is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
Garcia labeled it a bad matchup for Crawford. The fight had originally been demanded of Canelo Alvarez, and many argue it isn't Crawford's duty to take on a man who clearly belongs in a higher weight class. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll catch you in the next one. Asterisk asterisk.
Listen to me.
Almost worse than Canelo was.
He will beat the living shit out of Terence Crawford.
If David Benavidez come out of 68, he'll fuck him up. I got Terence Crawford.
That's not
I ain't
gonna
betting against Terence Crawford no more. I mean,
Okay.
I ain't never bet against
Well,
him.
listen to me.
I bet $10.
You see what I'm saying?
But I ain't betting against
Because
That's like betting against
because he outboxed over the hill Canelo. People see how people think,
Yeah, but he's still
well, he a
dope.
crush. No, he dope. Listen,
impressive.
I'm not saying that he's not dope, but what I'm saying is, but you see how boxing can trick your mind. Listen, David Benavidez will beat the socks off of Terence Crawford. I'm sorry, he don't stand a chance. He's too little. How you gonna keep him off? And David uses a jab. I sparred with David. Listen, that's a tough fight.
Yeah, it's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight. Listen.
It's a tough fight, but
listen, Terence Crawford.
That little black nigga from Omaha.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Motherfucker from Omaha, that nigga is a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
But for Terence Crawford, clashing with the powerful figures who steer the sport is nothing new.
There's still a need for Benavidez. Who? Canelo.
Turkey
people,
Jock.
People are talking about it.
Turkey hit it at that. He was like Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So.
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
there. No, they ain't doing that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts.
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. We just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
It's going to be a tough fight. You can say whatever you want to say. Terence Crawford is one of the best in the division. Terence Crawford opens himself up a little bit. I think one of the major keys is going to be the jab.
That grueling, high-stakes fight for independence foreshadowed what was to come, showing that Crawford has always been ready to challenge boxing's establishment to shape his own legacy, a battle he now faces once again.
David, I gotta ask you, bro, before you leave, because all the fans want to know this. Can you still make 168?
To be honest with you, man, let Terence Crawford live. That's his weight class.
Okay.
I lost interest in 168 a long time ago. I know that we could get offered a lot of money to go down to 168, but I'm more comfortable at 175. I'm chasing better beef. I'm chasing Bivol. I'm chasing these other bigger. I'm chasing Zurdo Ramirez at cruiserweight. You know what I mean? So I've been at 168, but I have no interest in going down.
Dude's a maniac. Who's chasing? Who chases better BF and Bivol? Who chases better BF and Bivol? What's wrong with you?
Asterisk asterisk, this leads us to a darker accusation bubbling beneath the surface, that powerful figures like Turki Alalshikh may be trying to control Crawford with their financial influence. To understand why the situation feels so charged, we have to look back at the history. Yes, Canelo has faced plenty of dangerous names like Mayweather, Lara, and Bivol, but what stands out is his specific avoidance of Benavidez. For years, Benavidez was the boogeyman of the 168-pound division, repeatedly calling Canelo scared and insisting he had no chance to beat him. Yet time and again, that fight never materialized, eventually pushing Benavidez out of the division. But here's where the story takes a twist. When it came to a potential showdown with Canelo, Benavidez made it clear he wouldn't move back down to 168, arguing he was already the one holding a title. Now, in a surprising reversal, Benavidez's father has said that if Turki Alalshikh wants the Crawford fight, they're willing to return to 168. That sudden flexibility has only fueled suspicions that Turki's money can make even the firmest stances disappear. And this chess match is unfolding in real time. As of this video, Terence Crawford has just turned 38 years old on September 28th. The clock isn't just ticking, it's close to striking midnight on his prime. That urgency makes every choice he faces carry enormous weight. The gamble of a Benavidez fight feels almost mythical in scale. Analyst Breadman Edwards put it best, if Crawford were to win, it might prove Bud is the greatest fighter in the history of the sport, even of the planet. A victory of that magnitude could place him in boxing's most exclusive club. Edwards describes it as different rooms of greatness, one platinum room reserved for immortals like Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson, and other rooms for legendary names like Marvin Hagler. A win over Benavidez isn't just about another belt, it's about Crawford trying to break into that final platinum room. Still, this all-or-nothing clash isn't his only path forward. Other sharks circle the waters. A dangerous bout with the young lion Jaron Boots Ennis is one fans are demanding. There's also the unresolved tension with Jermall Charlo, dating back to the night Crawford dismantled Errol Spence and then pointed directly at Charlo's twin brother, declaring, "You're next." Yet some of those closest to him, including fellow champion Shakur Stevenson, insist Crawford has nothing left to prove and are urging him to walk away on this incredible high. Asterisk asterisk.
Honestly, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear Benavidez, Ortiz on Boots. I don't want to hear shit because, listen, bruh, he beat the face of boxing. He cemented the fact this was Terence Bud Crawford era. No rehydration clause, no catch weight. He said, I am going to beat you on Mexican Independence Day in the biggest stadium. I'm going to walk out to a mariachi band holding a guitar. Brother guy, hey, bruh, that's belt to ass. He was the buckle, everything, bruh. After this, everything goes downhill from here. Nothing competes against it. And the thing is, he's only going to get older. What are you going to do, go down and cut muscle like Roy did? His mission was Nello. That's it. There's no Janabek, no Fundora, no Benavidez, none of that shit. It's over with, bruh. I hope he retired.
Asterisk asterisk. So, picture the two paths. Path 1, at 38 years old, Crawford steps in against a 200-pound David Benavidez. Is it a historic masterpiece or a devastating mistake? Path 2, he faces Jermall Charlo, settling a family feud built on years of tension. Which story does the world want more, the impossible challenge or the personal grudge? Right now, we're watching the collision of a fighter's hard-earned legacy, the relentless forces that shape boxing, and the unforgiving march of time. Terence Crawford stands at a crossroads, surrounded by dangerous options. He could risk it all for GOAT status against Benavidez, resolve unfinished business with Charlo, test himself against a hungry young lion, or simply decide his legacy has already been written. In the end, the real question isn't just who Crawford will fight next. It's the question every great warrior must face: what do you do when you've conquered every mountain, and the only opponent left is time itself? That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss what's next.